Brian Higgins here, along with the starting left tackle, Sean Hickey. And Sean, this offensive line, I think, has maybe been beat up as any group that we've seen around here in a long time. How have you guys kept it together here in the last few weeks?
Just trying to develop the depth and make sure that everybody knows what they're doing if they get into the game, and as well as developing the depth, making sure the technique is on point as it would be earlier in the season, because I think the young guys, their technique's probably at their best in camp because we're repping it so much. But then a lot of these guys go to scout team. A lot of these guys aren't getting as many reps as the starters are in season and during practice. So making sure that their technique's on point as well as their assignments.
What do you think is the thing that suffers the most when you guys are banged up? We were seeing different combinations almost every possession last game. How does the communication keep up, and how do you keep it going as in a game?
Well, it's definitely big because if one person, say, makes a mistake, then they'll learn from it. But if that one person's no longer in there and somebody else goes in and makes the same mistake, then that's another play that's wasted. So the learning curve slows down whenever other people are thrown into the game, and especially like large combinations, because one player might have seen the same front 6 times, but this one guy's seen it for the first time and he doesn't exactly know what to do because we made an adjustment and he doesn't know how to say translate to the field. So that's probably the biggest thing whenever you're playing with line combinations. What
is it like on the sideline when the defense is out there? How much communication has to go on there now, because you really got to get ready for that next possession?
Yeah, it's definitely big. You're trying to make sure you ID all the fronts right, because if you ID a front wrong and you go out there and you're trying to run a play against what you thought was a different front than what you're actually seeing, can really screw things up. So just making sure that what we saw on the field is getting put on the whiteboard. We're giving Coach Adam the correct information so we can make the correct adjustments.
And all that, you've got a freshman quarterback playing behind you in A.J. Long. How do you think he's handled it here the last few weeks?
He's handled it really well, especially with the past 2 weeks. We've had before the Clemson game, we only gave up 5 sacks, and there's been a lot more the past 2 weeks, and he's taken some hits. So the way he's dealt with that's been has been very mature of him, and for him to just keep fighting and with some of the couple freshman mistakes, he doesn't let that get on him. He just keeps going and going, and continues to make plays after something bad just happened to him. So that's definitely a leadership quality in him.
You've been 5 years in the program. You've started a lot of games here for Syracuse, both at right and now left tackle here the last couple of years. How do you put it into perspective as your Dome career wraps up this weekend?
From the shootout of my first start against Northwestern, when Ryan Nassib basically broke every passing record known in Syracuse history in that one game, to other big wins, to some losses. It's been a crazy ride, and I've enjoyed every second of it. And it's going to be weird walking off for the last time, and but at the same time, it's even more motivating to just go try and get that win.
And the motivation is to get a win, to have a chance to get some more, to have a chance for a bowl game. How much of a talk is that in the locker room as the motivating factor going forward?
Well, it's definitely a motivating factor, but we know our backs are against the wall, but at the same time, we're not going to keep saying our backs are against the wall, because we just are focusing on this one game. Because that's the only way to get where we want to go, is taking care of this game. Nothing else matters, nothing. It's just this game, and then we'll deal with whatever situation after. Hopefully we're in the right position and we can just deal with any situations after that. Cross that bridge when we get to it, but we just care about this game and trying to get this win.
And this game is Duke Saturday. Sean, enjoy it.
Thank you.